Herzlich willkommen zurück zum Finaltag der Swiss Darts Trophy 2024. Die Achtelfinalsession live und präsentiert von der PDC Europe hier aus der St. Jakobshalle in Basel in der Schweiz. Wir kommen zur zweiten Partie dieser Sonntagnachmittagssession. Hier kommen unsere nächsten beiden Spieler. Wir begrüßen aus England die aktuelle Nummer 21 der Welt. Er ist der Gewinner von 9 PDC-Titeln, ein WM-Finalist und der aktuelle Premier League und World Series of Darts Finals Champion. Hier kommt Luke the Nuke Littler. Basel, hier kommt die Nummer 1 der Welt. Der Gewinner von 16 PDC-Titeln. Er ist der aktuelle Grand Slam of Darts, World Grand Prix und World Matchplay Champion. Und der aktuelle Champion of the world. It's Cool Hand Luke Humphries.
Well, this game has graced the biggest stages in the world, in the biggest matches with the biggest stakes. The repeat of the World Darts Championship final from this year, a repeat of the Premier League final, of which both players have managed to pick up one of those titles apiece. And every now and then within sport, you get these sort of big clashes. When we look through the history of darts, you'll pick out big rivalries such as Phil Taylor and Raymond van Barneveld, Michael van Gerwen and Peter Wright. And certainly when we look at those big titles, those big awards this year and how they've been shared and divvied out, you'd say in 2024 this is the big clash. And moving forward beyond 2024, could we say this is going to be a rivalry that we're going to see for quite some years?
I think you're bang on right, Matt. The two Lukes going head-to-head once more. Stephen Bunting is the Masters champion. Dimitri Vandenberg is the UK Open champion. Peter Wright right now is the reigning European champion. Every other major title, every premier event, and you can chuck the World Cup of Darts in there as well, it's held by the two Lukes. Premier League and World Series champion Luke Littler. Luke Humphries, everything champion pretty much.
And I think this is a game where both players really enjoy and relish playing each other.
140.
Well, it's produced good games, hasn't it? The number of ton-plus averages we've seen. Like the Premier League final was amazing. The World Championship final was amazing. Luke Humphries averaged 103.5 over 11 sets.
I was quite surprised when I looked into the head-to-head stats between the pair. When you think Luke Humphries is the world number 1, the world champion, he's only beat Luke Littler 3 times on the 11 times they have met so far.
Yeah, and world final aside, which we know Littler, what if he'd hit double 2 and gone 5-2 up? Doesn't matter, he didn't, he lost. But the 2 wins that Humphries had, last leg deciders. And then the only other meeting on the Euro Tour, Sindelfingen, earlier this year. Humphries won it 6-5, both players averaging over a ton. Hopefully we get something similar in terms of standard here. 65 left for Humphries. Littler needing this just to hold throw. Could take it. Ooh, couldn't find it.
80. Luke requires 65.
That just causes a slight delay for Luke Humphries approaching the hockey, and he's only going to get 1 dart.
59.
And he needed more.
80.
But Littler, that dart lost to the floor. Does that change things? It does. He's only going to get 1.
60.
Now, he has employed the double gurney flatty dart in the past. He hasn't there. He ends up clattering into the marker. Can he thread that? Oh, over the top and into the double 3. Break a throw.
Now, it's interesting you mentioned about not throwing the flatty. How much of that is down to the fact that he, at the moment, hasn't got full mastery and understanding of his new equipment? We know he's just, with his manufacturer, had a new product launch this past week. We saw his case last night where he'd gone up with multiple sets of darts.
95.
And apparently, I'm informed, they're not all the same weight.
Well, you do find that, don't you? Ryan Searle had it when he turned up. His luggage didn't turn up, so he had to borrow Chris Dobie's trousers to go and play on the Euro Tour. He'd managed to source some Ryan Searle darts from a dart shop nearby. And yes, they're the Ryan, but they're not exactly the ones, because they're sort of prototypey ones. They're constantly changing little things. It might be weight, it might be a grip thing, it might be where the grip is. And so, yeah, they're very, very... Sometimes they're exactly the same ones you can get in the shop as the players are throwing, but sometimes they're not, because they're always tweaking. And he's probably in that testing out phase.
And it's just how it feels. I mean, the Ryan Searle example, he went up there like someone in spare PE kit, didn't he? And but
At least he didn't have to fix them out of a bin.
But it's just the grip sometimes on the dart. It might be the same grip, but your darts have been worn in a bit more, and your darts feel like your darts.
Treble required. He does not get it, and Littler on a 1 treble combo.
50. Luke 117.
19 needed. He can't get it either, and this is a slow start.
39.
And that is some flashy Luke Littler stuff. He's not averse to doing stuff like that. And when it works, it looks great.
The leg, Luke Littler to throw first. Game.
You would say this is a very uncharacteristic start from Luke Littler, who normally hits the ground running, unless you tuned in yesterday and saw his game with Bruno Sturkley. He was actually 3-2 down to the home nation qualifier.
93.
It was nearly 4-2, wasn't it? Sturkley missing the ball for a 1-3-2. That's one of those rare times when even everybody in the practice room was gathered round the telly and oohing and ahhing at a game of darts.
Different atmosphere, though, for this game. He was not just playing Bruno Sturkley, he was playing the 3,500 in the audience as well, which he did engage with throughout the match.
Yeah, it's one of the most interesting things. Look, we've seen Luke Littler. He's won 9 titles this year. It's astonishing. We know he can play darts to a freakishly good level. He's still trying to work out some of the other stuff. How to be on stage, how to interact with fans, how to deal with a hostile crowd. That's all new, and you can't practice that in your bedroom. Well, you can, but it's probably not very useful.
Yeah, it doesn't quite translate. I can put some shade onto this because I am 17-time world champion in my bedroom. But when it came to it, a couple of wins here and there.
Oh, tops.
Game for the third leg.
Flashy Luke Littler stuff, and I repeat, when it works, it looks great. Who did you beat in the older bedroom world championship?
I beat Phil Taylor 16 times.
Yeah.
And then it was Michael van Gerwen towards the end because
taking out Searle and Aaron Bean in the early rounds.
140.
think most players who've thrown a dart can relate to the
59.
Bedroom World Championships.
Popular tournament. But is it a major? I don't care.
58.
Well, this is strange because you expect by this point, even after a slow start, that probably the two best players in the world, at least one of them, would get into their stride. And it hasn't happened. Look at the numbers. Stagnating.
But how much of that is because they expected it as well? And it's not the game they expected to be involved in. They've played each other so many times where it's been a very high-scoring affair. And when you don't get that, you tend to find you get into that point where
140.
you feel you've got to take advantage of it now because you know it's going to come later. And you don't want to regret not having a 2 or 3 leg cushion
94.
when you get what you expected.
145.
Well, Littler's going to get a chance to level this game up.
72.
Also Holpen
68.
engaged with that. Treble 16 for double 10. One at tops then. Two apiece. Plum darts into double top for Luke Littler.
The throw first. Game on. One hundred.
Here we go. It's a 180. It's taken 5 legs.
And what you'll find is, once one kicks into gear and starts producing that A game, the other one will follow.
Well, we could have a game like Ross Smith hit 7 180s yesterday and hit nothing around them. It was a bizarre game of darts from the number 2 seed. You just get these little flashes, but they're not stringing visits together. Can we just see... Luke Humphries yesterday looked like he could go and throw 105 average constantly for about 6 hours.
55.
He doesn't look like he can do it for 6 seconds at the minute.
What difference a bit of sleep makes, eh?
138.
Well, Littler starting to get into gear here. Down to a 2-darter after 12.
Luke Ducois 44.
A third straight leg and to lead this game.
Games on the 5th leg. Luke
Well,
Littler.
double top is being found pretty regularly by Luke Littler. 3 out of 4. And it's the only thing really in this game that is happening with any kind of reliability.
$97. $140. $140. $98.
Going over to the 18s to make sure he left himself a finish.
$88. Luke Ducois 164.
Another in there to leave double 12. Doesn't quite manage that. Curious contest, this. All gone quiet here at the St. Jacopala. They're expecting fireworks and sort of fizzling at the minute. Double 8s. Maybe like the blue touch paper. 3 apiece.
Luke Littler to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, those sort of shots very, very important when your opponent's breathing down your neck. We talked about the big flashy shots in the last game from Josh Rock, the 136, the 144, but those sort of combination shots that look small in regards to a number. But if you don't get that first dart right, you're getting 1 dart at a double with your opponent sat on the shot.
Neat and tidy at the back end of legs.
99.
But it's just the scoring power has not been there from 2 of the biggest scorers in the world.
140.
Back-to-back ton 40s from the world number 1.
I think this shows the expectation as well that you have every time Luke Littler goes onto the stage, because we're saying it doesn't feel great, it doesn't feel his normal level. He's averaging 99 now on the back of that maximum.
Yeah, they've sort of stealthily moved into some sort of a gear, not top gear.
'89.
2-0 up in this game, then 3-2 down. Can Luke Humphries retake the lead to the 12s? Bullseye.
38. Luke requires 78.
Well, that was nowhere near for Luke Humphries. Tops has been working so well until now for Luke Littler. And it felt awkward, that dart. You saw him shuffle across the hockey to try and open it up. Ended up losing another one to the floor. Could be about to lose another leg.
11. Luke require 40.
Sure, Luke Littler was expecting to come back and have a chance to win this leg. Double 10. I doubt Luke Humphries was expecting to come back and have another chance to win this leg, but he's just done it. It's 4-3.
8 leg, Luke Humphries to throw first. Game on.
That's the vibe of a game where the winner's going to feel relieved, and whoever comes off stage with a defeat is going to be very frustrated and feel they've let an opportunity pass them by.
Well, look, as things stand, Luke Humphries is averaging 92.16. That is the lowest average that either of them have had in any of their previous 11 games. But it might be enough to win this one. Players aren't always at their best. They aren't robots, they aren't machines. We've got to find a way to win. The best will win. That's what usually happens.
140. Luke to 138.
It's been here before, hasn't he, Luke Humphries, the 138. The finish that took him to his first big major title.
Yeah, probably the greatest 138 checkout you've ever seen.
Luke to 146.
52 left for Humphries. Could potentially be opening up a 2-leg gap again. And it's Littler now, his turn to get frustrated. It feels like they've both been frustrated throughout this game.
Luke to 52.
Even when they've had spells where things have got better. The double 16 is pinned, and Luke Humphries is a leg away from beating Luke Littler for the second time on the Euro Tour this year.
'81.
Well, the interesting thing when you look at the head-to-head record, I mentioned earlier on 8-3 in favour of Luke Littler over Luke Humphries. However, when it comes to ranking events and stage ranking events, Luke Humphries has won all of those. The only ranking events that Luke Littler's managed to beat Humphries in is in the floor in the Pro Tour scenario.
Yeah, vast majority have been Premier League games, and they were
84.
colliding regularly in the Premier League, as all the players do, because that's how the Premier League works. At a World Series meeting directly after the World Championship, that was Littler's first win against Humphries after losing at the World Final. But you're right in what you say. These two are going to be locking horns for a long, long while to come. And at the minute, Luke Humphries is the man at the top of the world of darts. #1 world champion. He's the one to be shot at. But Littler is charging up the rankings.
25.
And he is coming for him. And everybody else. But maybe it's not going to be his day today.
137.
Well, Luke Humphries guaranteed 3-match darts now. Luke Littler can't land a blow.
50.
Throws away the last dart in frustration. It might be the last dart he throws.
To beat Littler. On the Euro Tour, once again, it's Humphries who wins the Battle of the Lukes. Neither man happy with how they've played. It's their C, D, maybe